Howdy y'all, got the Bulldog on the channel. Working on this F-150 here, and I figured I'd show you a little pro tip, make the job go a lot easier for you. I did get it all apart yesterday. I did get all the studs out, didn't break anything out, but I had to extract the 4 of them. It's always tedious and stressful because you're afraid of busting them off in the head, and yeah, that will bite you. But here's what I'm doing. Got the manifold sitting back in place here, and I'm tightening up the studs right now. Got this pry bar sitting in here because the pipe's pushing up on it, and you gotta push down a little bit while you're holding the stud in place with one hand while you're tightening it up with your other hand. So both hands. I got all the studs back in. What I do is I put in the front 2 studs and I hang the gasket on it. We use Ford gaskets only because this is what the aftermarkets look like, and this is part of the reason why I'm doing it right now. It blew out the back one and it was gone. Just about torched out the head. But I put the front one in, I set the back end in place over top of the studs in the yoke, and then I can push it back and pop it over the front. Now if I put them all in, you see how this is sticking out quite a ways. I would have to have it clear out here to get it over it. Well, then it wouldn't go into these. It is easier to put these in afterwards than to try to put these in afterwards. Because even though you can see them, you can't do anything with it. It's better fighting this than fighting this. I'm going to tighten these up. I run them down with an air ratchet already. I run them down until I think they're getting close, then I start feathering the throttle on the air ratchet, and then when I feel a little resistance, I stop, and then I tighten them by hand with a 1/4 inch ratchet. But you have to hold the gasket into place back here while you're putting these in, while you're leaning this down, while you're lining up the stud. Yeah, like I say, you're utilizing all your limbs. Ford studs, Ford nuts. I wish, we could get cheaper, and we can get cheaper, but they don't work. Not in my experience anyway. I think what I pulled out of there was aftermarket, but if they worked, why am I doing it again? That's kind of the way I look at it. And you keep switching back and forth from hand to hand because the shape of your hand is different, depending on which angle you're doing it at, and sometimes it just doesn't fit in there. Now I got them all started. I'll take my big long extension wobble socket and I'll tighten them up, and what we'll do is put her back together, and she's going to be running here pretty darn quick. I'm using the other side of my phone. It films better on this side, but I can't tell where I'm pointing. So if you see that right there, and you can just see the top of my head or something, that's a family trait. I've got a lot of family pictures where it's either this or this. With digital, at least you can take another picture. So like, comment, subscribe, hit your little bell notification, share it all around. We'll talk to you later.